The Google Pixel 6 Pro is a fantastic device and has aged really well and continues to do so. And in today's episode, I want to give you some reasons why you may want to pick this device up in 2025 if you do not have it already. The Google Pixel 6 Pro was launched back in October 2021 with Android 12 and was scheduled to get 3 years of software updates. The last software update was Android 15, which came in October 2024. Google confirmed in late 2024 that the Google Pixel 6 Pro will get an additional 2 years of software updates, meaning the Pixel 6 Pro will get Android 16 and 17, which you see all the way to October 2026. This is fantastic, and I have to give credit to Google. Following on from the last point, you can pick up the Google Pixel 6 Pro for around $230 for the 128GB model from the likes of the Amazon refurbished program. And just to think, it was around $800 brand new. From $230 for this flagship device with a lot of high-end specs on it, including this fast, fluid 120Hz refresh rate. You cannot go wrong, because for the same price, you could buy a budget to medium range phone with less specs. In terms of hardware, the Google Pixel 6 Pro is a fantastic device with glass on the front and back, aluminium sides, and then obviously you have the antenna lines on the device. And obviously you have the curved display, which is obviously being phased out. I just think it gives it a real premium look with the curved display. Really fantastic, and I've never had any accidental touches with it. So again, really stylish in 2025. And on the back here, you do have this sort of sunny color, which is my favorite. I think it comes in black and white as well. And what I really love with the Google Pixel 6 Pro is the two-tone color combination on the back. Really nice, I love that. Shame they phased that out. And also the back here is not a fingerprint magnet, so that's really nice as well. Yeah, you can see just some sort of tiny things, but it holds it really well. Not an issue at all. Now, going on to the camera visor, looks fantastic. You see, I looked after this device from day one, still going strong. And what I love about this camera visor is that the latest models, they've gone for this particular kind of look here, which, yeah, it's nice, I'm not going to deny. But if you notice, obviously you won't see it on here because I always put cases on my devices, that these ones tend to scratch very easily, which is annoying. Whereas with the 6 Pro, you're not going to have that problem whatsoever. So again, something to think about. So yeah, overall, this is in terms of the hardware, this is for me still standing strong, like I said, in 2025 onwards. It is a big phone with a 6.7-inch display, but surprisingly not heavy at around 210 grams, and it should fit neatly in most rear pants and jacket pockets, although it does depend how deep those pockets are. With this 6.7-inch display, what it does mean is that you can have split screen apps, and as a result of that, basically you can multitask very easily by having two apps side by side, like so. And look here, you can even change the aspect ratio, and also you can move that from that portrait to this landscape mode, and again, look at that, change the aspect ratio as you see fit. You also get wireless charging via battery share in the settings menu, so you can charge another device or a pair of earbuds. Although the downside is that charging is slow on this device, and wireless charging is even slower as it is capped at 7.5 watts. I've had the device since it was launched back in October 2021, and I can say when it comes to phone calls, it is excellent because they are clear, sharp, And there are no issues when speaking or hearing the other person at the other end. The phone can last all day with medium to heavy use. One thing I do want to confess, and that is I'm not a gamer, but if I were, maybe things would be different. If privacy and security is high on your list, then you're going to love the private space feature that came with Android 15. And take it from me, as someone who has tried similar features on different devices, it is excellent. Basically, what it means is everything you can do within your main space, where there's files, apps, taking photos, etc., you can replicate within your private space. And more importantly, kept away from prying eyes. So basically here I have all my apps within the private space, and you'll know when you have apps within the private space because they'll always have these small icons on the bottom right. So in fact, I think I've only downloaded the Temu and the Pixel Buds app within the private space. So you can see even has its own dedicated Play Store. This is fantastic. And as you can see, these two apps here, Pixel Buds and Temu, they do not appear here in the main space. And if you notice, all of these within the main space do not appear in the private space. Honestly, this is superb. Well done, Google. And again, just to extend that further, let's say I take a photo with the camera within the private space. So let's just go for something like this here. Take the photo, exit, just scroll up, and then I'm going to go into the photo gallery within the private space. You'll see it sitting there. Okay, now if I exit there, let's go back in here, and then what I'm going to do is just go into the photo gallery within the main space. So that's what you see. Look, totally different photos and videos in there which are not in the private space, so proving that this is an excellent feature. And the great thing about it as well is once you're done within your private space, make sure you just tap on the lock there, and look at that. Someone wants to have your device, look, they would not have access. In fact, they would not see it at all. There is a feature where you can actually hide the private space icon. So yeah, look at that, perfect. If you're enjoying this video, subscribe to the channel below would be like a golden ticket, and it is free to do, as my analytics are showing less than 2% of you watching are subscribed to the channel. And a big thank you to those of you who have subscribed to the channel. It does have an IP68 dust and water resistant rating, meaning you can use this in fresh water for up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. And the great thing about this as well is that you know that you can comfortably use this out in the wet. You do have a now playing feature on the device, where it will detect the name of the song and the artist playing nearby and display it on the lock screen of your device. And the great thing with this feature is that if, for example, you remember a song from maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, well, I can tell you that it has a history which goes back many months. Have you ever been in that position where you are humming or singing a song, but you cannot remember the name of the song or the artist? Well, there's a really cool feature on here that came with Android 15. So if you just press down on the home button, like before, as if you're going to use the circle to search feature, but instead you're going to select that musical note there. You just tap on there, and as it states on the screen, play, sing or hum a song, and it should identify the song and the name of the artist that you were probably singing or humming to. Obviously, I'm not going to put this to the test, as I certainly don't want to embarrass myself on camera, and also I do want you to come back to my channel. Now let's take a look at some photos and videos taken with the device. And remember, none of them have been doctored in any shape or form. And whilst you do that, I shall take a walk along Copacabana Beach behind me, and I shall see you at the other end. With AI being very prominent across all devices, the Google Pixel 6 Pro has it, and it has one of the most popular AI features, and that is the circle to search feature. So just a quick demo, if you just press down on the button there, and then if I just circle here, this is the Eiffel Tower, which is in Paris. Look at that. Woo, look at that. Fast and accurate. Now, with the circle to search feature, naturally, it is free with Google Pixel devices, and also you can use this feature to search for objects, places, famous faces, the written text, and believe it or not, you can also use it to solve mathematical problems. That is pretty cool. One cool thing that I really like to do very often on this device, and that is to take a screenshot. By doing that, just double tap on here, look at that, ready to go. I can share it or do further editing with it. So for example, I can change the size, and if I tap on here, let's choose a color. Let's go for this pinky one here. Let's just put some, let's go for that. Really cool. Obviously at the top there, I can change the font style. Just go back here and here. Again, let's change the color, and then we can even write on it here. And then once I'm happy, I can share it or choose to save it. Honestly, this is a really cool feature. Shouldn't be underestimated, because on Samsung phones, they have something very similar, but it's not as good as this. Since the recent launch of Android 15, you can now perform a feature on this device that you could not do before, and that is App Pairs. Let me quickly demonstrate that for you. So if I just go in here, put that in the middle there, and then at the top there, select split screen, and then I shall select this one as the second app. So obviously we have two apps here, and then what we want to do now is to just move those two to the middle there, and then tap on either of these icons, tap on that one, and select the one that says Save App Pair. So if I do that now, look at that. Both apps are sitting right there, so anytime I need them, I don't have to come in and set them up every time as app pairs. I just come right into my device right here. Look at that. They are ready at my disposal at any time. Really good. There is so much more I could talk about the Google Pixel 6 Pro, but I will end it there. But it's definitely a good choice for 2025. And if, like me, you own it, I'd highly recommend holding on to it for a little longer. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Shola. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another episode. Peace.